For 2 years, you don't go to school, don't socialize. And for 2 years straight, on TVs, they're telling you humans are bad. If you're around humans too close, you're gonna get sick. You're gonna die. Don't get close to people. Fear people.
Exactly. And I know this sounds bad, but if you read the whole entire Bible with the bias that the Jews are bad, you'll notice that it's literally just a story of the Jews doing insane, like heinous things, and God just correcting them.
If you figure out who you want to become, then you can use the law of attraction to try to be every single thing that is in your power now of who that person is now. Like, be every single thing that your future self will be, but now. And in doing that, you will literally shape reality to bring that future closer. I asked AI the other day, what is the opposite of success? And it said failing. Or no, I asked it, what's the opposite of winning? And it said failing. And I actually corrected AI. I said, you're wrong. Failure is not the opposite of success. Failure is needed for you to become a success.
It's about time people woke up, bro. There's so much evil going on in the world, like, enough is enough. Most of the time, if you just don't do what they do, you'll be so ahead.
I mean, this world is so... They've normalized degeneracy to such an extreme that anyone that just follows the crowd is destined for self-destruction.
You might be super good at art, but you're graded on your science abilities. Like, dude, people have their God-given talents and their passions, and they excel at things for a reason. And then the system just steals that from them.
What are your thoughts on the Epstein stuff right now that's being released?
Bro, I'm not gonna lie, like, at what point do you start to think and start to actually admit, maybe it's not racism, bro. Maybe the statistics, like, there's too many statistics to say that it's just racism. There's a great awakening and there's a great realization. People are realizing the truth about a lot of things. People are afraid, like, people used to be afraid to be a bit questionable about things, a bit racist, maybe a bit phobic, but there's a point now where people are saying what they want. People are waking up. People are tired of being censored. They're tired of questioning things. They're tired of having to care about being canceled and all this sort of nonsense. That for the masses, yeah, there is a great realization, there is a great awakening, and there is a great radicalization, I believe, that's on its way.
I'm a pioneer. I'm an explorer. I'm a human, and I'm coming. I'm animated. I'm alive. My heart's big. It's got hot blood going through it fast. I like to fight, too. I like to eat. I like to have children.
Let's go. Mossad tried, but they failed. We're back. Let's go. That's everyone in my chats. Everyone in my chat's like, yo, Mossad got us, bro. It's over. It's over.
Why isn't the system designed for human connection?
Yeah, so me personally, why I believe that is, if we just look at the system that all of us are, like, born into, I guess you say, that childlike wonder, or I guess you would just say, like, human instinct to go in and connect with people, as you get older, it kind of just gets siphoned off. It kind of just gets, like, sliced off of your being, right? You start in kindergarten, you're taught to be creative, you focus on creativity tasks, but you get older and they kind of take that away from you. And any sort of dream you can have, they tell you, hey, that's not really realistic, let's maybe focus on this. And most of the time, it's very isolating kind of work, right? They tell you not to focus on your passions. They tell you to just focus on work. And it's never, like, fulfilling work. It's always very mundane work. Like, that's what most of the people in the system will tell you to focus on. Not your passions. Not what brings you joy. Not your family time. Not spending time with your friends.
Yeah.
Not going out in your community and doing things. And the biggest part of the system, in my opinion, that siphoned off human connection was really the COVID thing, right?
Yes.
And I would definitely argue that COVID is still part of the system. Personally, and I'd say the same for you probably, we don't believe in COVID.
No.
It's BS. But there's people coming to me today, like, normies, feds. I don't know if I could say that.
No, say whatever you want, yeah.
Okay. So there's, like, normie feds that'll be like, oh, COVID 6, like COVID number 6. Well, I heard some COVID number 6 garbage. I'm like, dude, that's not real. And the problem with the whole COVID psyop is COVID. You know, they told you, hey, social distance because you're gonna get the virus. But what people don't understand is they subconsciously implanted a fear of other people in your brain.
Yeah.
You would think it's like, oh, well, I can't be with other people because I'm going to get the virus. But then now your instinct is just to stay away from other people. You notice you go on a walk. Let's say, for example, you're on the sidewalk. Bro, people, if you guys are about to cross, and one in the chat if you guys agree, if you guys are about to cross, yo, everyone I know, if I'm on a walk or whatever, they'll just like walk all the way on the other side. You go to the store, people back up. Yeah. You go anywhere, bro. People back up. Like they're scared to be in close proximity. They're scared. And you notice, even socially, dude, you go out, no one's social. You don't have, like, everyone's in their little group, like, isolated. You don't have people intermingling with one another, becoming friends right away. Even, you know, with men, like, young men, you don't see young men approaching women.
No.
You don't see people talking anymore.
Yeah.
Because everyone's scared. It's like, they literally took away human connection. Like, that community is gone. You go to your community center, no one's there. You go downtown, no one's there. Man, people are still social distancing. People are still wearing masks. Like,
yeah,
everyone's scared to intermingle now. It is because of COVID. It's like COVID's the biggest thing, right?
Yeah.
I would say that obviously social time and fun time and passion is always discouraged by the system anyways, but you know, it really is that COVID psyop and that social distancing, isolation psyop, because everyone's used to staying home now. Everyone's used to being isolated now. Bro, for 2 years, people were just at home every day. That was their routine. You don't think after 2 years of doing that, you're just like subconsciously programmed to be more inclined to do that now? Now you're like, I just want to go home. I don't want to go socialize. No, I'll just keep to myself. Yeah, it's terrible. And you know, most people are still normies. Like all these liberals, they're still gonna say, "Oh, stay away from people. Oh, COVID. Oh, this. Oh, that." Like I don't know if maybe I'm schizo or it's true, but you know, I've noticed there's a huge lack of like that desire to socialize with people and connect.
Yeah.
And I would say the main culprit is COVID for sure.
COVID definitely made people like that. And that's something I'm really grateful for. I was one of those weird, awkward, you know, soft homeschoolers that was part of a homeschooler group that decided to continue going on through COVID. So literally nothing changed for me during COVID. But I hear how much it affected other people. Because I can imagine if you go to school every single day, and then now, during COVID, automatically, yeah, for 2 years, you don't go to school. Don't socialize. And for 2 years straight, on TVs, they're telling you, humans are bad. If you're around humans too close, you're going to get sick. You're going to die. Don't go close to people. Fear people.
Exactly.
And it's insane.
Mm-hmm.
But thankfully,
it's
I was homeschooled, so I didn't deal with that.
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, it probably wasn't a big change for you after, right?
No,
like,
no.
Yo, but even like things like even things like church. Like
yes.
My parents own their own church.
Bro,
oh, like church was like illegal. You weren't allowed to go to church.
Yeah.
Right?
It's insane,
like, even seeing your family. Like if you know, my parents or my family members, we'd have to like plan secret meetups. Because the neighbors are gonna snitch. Like we can't like see each other. That's insane when you think of it. Like people are scared to see their own family members. I know some people, you know, I don't talk to these people anymore, but I know some people, you know, in my interpersonal relationships, that they will literally say, "Oh, if you're not vaccinated, I can't see you."
Yeah, it's insane.
What the hell is that? Oh, if you're not vaccinated, you can't come to my wedding. You can't come to my party if you're not vaccinated. Like, what is that?
I want to be pure blood.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like that's the most faggot like activities I've ever heard, bro.
Yeah, it's insane.
Yeah, it's terrible. It's terrible.
Yeah, I need to be white, blonde, pure blood, not vaccinated. Then I'll conquer this world.
Yo, let's go.
I'm joking. for
Aryan, bro.
for all
let's
those
go.
people that are, asleep, you could say. What do you think waking up would look like for them? After COVID, they were asleep through all of that. What is a step that you'd advise for people like that want to do something, but still think most of it's probably schizo or whatever?
They need to start questioning everything, first of all, right? Like, you need to start questioning everything. They need to stop having that belief, the government wouldn't do that. Or, oh, like, they wouldn't feed us bad food. They wouldn't put stuff in our water. They need to stop being so naive and trusting of the government and actually start doing their own research. For example, like, is this, okay, what am I eating? Oh, most of it's fast food. Most of it's, like, slop from the grocery store. Like, is this stuff even healthy for me? No. What's actually in my water? Is this stuff even good for me? Like, just that curiosity of just, and it's actually crazy because I recently learned, like, 50% of people don't actually have an inner monologue and, like, an inner conscious thought. But start to question that. Like, what's the real, what could be the real intention behind this thing happening with the government? Or what could be the real intention behind this new thing they're pushing? Or what's in the ingredients for this food? Or, whatever. Like, especially the people that you want to aspire to be like. Like, let's say everyone wants to be a high performer. Okay, well, what are the high performers doing, and how do they think? Because to be honest, like, if you're gonna start waking up, you can't believe anything that's told to you right away. That's the one thing I'll say. Like, people need to start doing their own research and come to their own conclusions. That's the first thing, actually. Like I said, question everything, but I'd rather say do your own research, because there's a lot of people. For example, like, I mean, we're both Canadian, but when Trump was, and I know Trump now, obviously compromised, Mossad, whatever.
Right. Trump in
But-
2016 was a different person, but yeah. Pretty
exactly,
much.
yeah,
We can-
exactly. But
can
I
assume.
remember, like, even this past election, people would say, "Oh well, Taylor Swift is voting for Kamala, so I'll vote for Kamala." Like that. What is that? Like,
Yeah.
go do your own research. You hear things on the news, go do your own research. Come to your own conclusions. Question things. Like, have that curiosity. Most people just are told what to think, told what to do, told how to live. No, you should question. I think, like, the number one thing, obviously, is faith. Like, faith in Christ. I think people need to, like, go back to that. Make all of their judgments based on their faith. Because regardless of what political systems are in place currently, like, that book, that Christ impulse, that Christ energy that's here since time. That's here since forever, right? So I think people need to really...
And you can't put
No, go ahead.
you can't put your faith in humans, right? That's why faith is so important, in God, because you can trust a man, you can trust them, and it's good to. But at the end of the day, they are a man, right? Like, especially political figures, and not even political figures, but people that aren't political and then they dabble in political stuff. You don't know if they're trying to push an agenda, even if it's an agenda, to be like anti-Semitic or any of that, like, stuff that you might consider good or anything like that. They can still be controlled opposition to cause you to make you something.
100%, yeah. Just to go, like, add on to that. It's like, the other thing I'll say is, when people do their research, they only think in terms of, like, 200 years, right? But go look at history and see, especially with what's going on, there's a rise in, like, anti-Israel and pro-Palestine. There's a rise, the Epstein files just released. Like, there's a rise in people waking up and, noticing, the Goyim are noticing, whatever. Dude, you think it's like anti-Semitism is since, like, World War II? Read the facts of history for, like, let's just go 500 years. They've been kicked out of 109 countries. And it's actually even more than 500 years over that span. Like, it's not just today or in the last 100 years that people are anti-Semitic or questioning Israel or Jewish activity. Like, dude, they've been doing schemes. Even if you go in the Bible. What's crazy about the Bible is, if you read, and I know this sounds bad, but if you read the whole entire Bible with the bias that the Jews are bad, you'll notice that it's literally just a story of the Jews doing insane, like, heinous things, and God just correcting them, and then punishing them, and then trying again, and giving them chances, and then sinning again, and then he sends Jesus. He sends Jesus, and he says, "Yo, this is the last straw. I'm gonna come down myself, and I'll show you guys how to act, and I'll show you guys the example. In all your old ways, I'm gonna correct you." And what do? They kill him. They literally kill him. Not only do they kill him, I think I'm the first person to say this. They lobbied. They gave money to Judas and said, "Yo, be like a little insider. Like, this is literally Mossad, APAC. Yo, we'll give you some shekels, just like snitch on your mans." And then they put the blame on the Romans. Just like the U.S. Army, they funded the Romans. They're like, "You guys kill him." And then they blamed it on them. "Oh, we didn't do anything." No. It was them. And what's crazy, actually, is that's literally in the prophecy. They killed their own Messiah so that the prophecy would be fulfilled, whatever. But it's like, if you read it from that lens, you're like, yo, even in the Bible, all they do is just, they always go back. They always reject God. They always reject God. And then he comes himself. Oh, they reject him again. And Jesus himself says, yeah, like, the kingdom of heaven is no longer yours. People need to read their Bibles, bro. Like, you don't even need to go read World War II history or watch Europa, the last battle, to figure this stuff out. Like, just go read your Bible. Jesus himself, God himself said, yeah, Jews are, he said the kingdom of heaven is no longer yours. But even after his death in Thessalonians, it's like, oh, Jews are the enemy of, they killed Christ and are the enemy of man. They're contrary to all men. Like, this is the Bible saying this. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's an insane call. You need to be careful there. Mossad doesn't like that. But no. Anyway.
Oh yeah, Mossad's coming for me, bro. Like, I'm gonna get that call so soon, bro. Yo, Mossad's at the door. What's up? Actually, I got a new neighbor recently.
Yeah.
I have a Jewish neighbor now.
Okay.
Like, I have a Jewish neighbor. But yeah, people need to just question everything when we're talking about waking up. Just to finish that point, I think, like, to sum it up, question everything.
Yeah.
Do your own research. Put your faith in Christ. And I think craving independence and individuation, like the individual thought, identity. The easiest exercise, and I do this to, like, my friends and stuff, you know, my family members, like, before I got into making content, I was like, yo, who are you? And they just be like, oh, like, my name's Corbin. I'm like, okay, yeah, who's Corbin? Oh, yeah, I'm Corbin. Like, I'm this Canadian kid who's, like, born here, and this is what I do for work. I'm like, whoa, that's not you. That's just your external. Like, that's not you. You didn't pick your name. You didn't pick where you were born. You didn't pick any of that stuff. You didn't pick what you do for work or where you go to school, to an extent, because, well, what if you wanted to go to school in Japan? Oh, well, I live in Canada. Okay, whatever. Point is, like, these are very minute, superficial things about you. I'm like, no. Like, who are you? And I think that question alone, for anyone watching, that's what gets the people like, yo, who am I? What do I actually believe in? Right?
Yeah.
I remember this one girl I used to talk to. She used to drink. Like, she used to drink alcohol. I personally don't. And I remember I just asked her, I was like, yo, like, why do you drink? And that's like, she had her moment there. She was like, why do I drink? And then she's like, I guess I just drink because my parents do. And I'm like, exactly. You didn't make your own choice. It wasn't your intention. Like, when are you ever doing things intentionally? And that's really when people wake up. They go, yo,
yeah,
most of what I do isn't intentional. Oh my God, like, I don't actually want to do this. I don't actually believe in this. That's just what my parents told me. That's just what this TV show taught me. Like, I don't actually do anything I want. And I'm like, okay, now you understand that. Now that you had your awakening, now expand on that consciousness. Like, it's that little piece of you that you just woke up. Let that expand. And the more and more you let it expand, obviously, that's when you figure out how to wake up and come to your own conclusions. But for anyone watching who wants to wake up more, yeah, who are you?
it's a good question. And another good question I've thought about is, like, who do you want to be when you grow up, right? Which is a good, when you go dive deeper into that question, it really answers who you are now. But, like, I think anyone could be asked that question. I've said that a lot because, like, even if you're old, growing up isn't necessarily your body changing, because your mind can always improve, so you can't always grow. So I've like thought about this question a lot, because whatever, if you figure out who you want to become, then you can use the law of attraction to try to be every single thing that is in your power now of who that person is now. Like, be every single thing that your future self will be, but now. And in doing that, you will literally shape reality to bring that future closer. And it's more so shaping who you are.
Yes.
It's more so shaping who you are now rather than shaping who you're gonna be, but you first have to. But what's easier than shaping who you are right now for a lot of people is allowing them to see the future. Like, in the future, who do you want to be when you're 40, right? Answering that and then working towards implementing that stuff now, I think that can help a lot of people out as well.
Yo, 1,000%. 1,000%. Like, I think the greatest example is for the law of attraction stuff is I just ask people like, yo, what would you do? Let's say you're out of shape, you're skinny, maybe you're fat, whatever. I go, yo, what would you do if you were already in shape? Like, what would your day look like? And they go, oh, well, I'd probably wake up and eat some sort of healthy breakfast, like some eggs and maybe a steak. And I'm like, okay, and then what? Then I'd probably go to the gym and work out, and I wouldn't eat any sweets, and I would drink lots of water, and I would probably do this. And I'm like, yo, all those things you just said, you do that now. And they, what do you mean? I'm like, dude, day 1 of working out and day 300 of working out, you're the same person. Maybe physically a little bit changed, but it was the same thing you did. It's the same habits, and that's for everything else. And to even add on to what you said about who do you want to be when you grow up, it's like, imagine this was a video game and you had no limits. You could be exactly who you want to be. And then that person goes, oh, well, I'd probably be a bit more social and this, that. I go, yo, do that now. That's in your mind. You just think you can't be. That's wrong. You can. It's just your own factors. Like, oh, well, like, oh, I don't think I'm kind of quiet. No. Like, if you wanted to be more social, or you wanted to be more in shape, or you want whatever, like, that's in your control. And then people go, oh, I'm not being who I want to be for real. I'm just a shell of myself. I'm just a puppet. Like, I'm not actually fulfilling what I want. And it's so simple. You just go, yeah, who do you want to be? Or if you had no limits, who would you be? And oh, that's what I'm supposed to, oh, but I need to be more social, or not even need. That's what you actually want. Like, deep down, you're like, I don't like being the quiet guy at parties. I don't like being fat. I don't like, you don't. And that's that's your true self. That's your true self. The person you would be if you had no limits is your true self. So just be that guy. Like, so simple.
Do you think we should be seeing the world as though it is a video game? Like, living our life as though we're playing a video game? What do you think about that?
I think so, yeah. I think it's not only that fun aspect of it of like, oh, I'm just going to go level up and stuff. It's also the courage you get when you play a game. If you die, you can just restart. And I'm not saying, oh, go kill yourself. No.
Yeah.
I'm not saying go be reckless. But that energy of like, it doesn't matter because I can always restart, it takes away the fear of doing things. Like, okay, if I miss this level or whatever, I could just restart it. It's like, okay, if I go talk to this girl, she could reject me, on to the next. If I go do this job and they reject me, on to the next. If I start this business and it fails, on to the next. Like, that fear of failure, which that's another thing that has been indoctrinated into everyone since we're kids, is that fear of failure. If you fail the test, you fail the class, and you're a bad kid, or whatever. If you fail, oh, it's such a big deal if you fail.
It's insane.
It's like, even with social interactions, now people are scared to go and possibly make friends, possibly talk to a girl, possibly make connections. Because, oh, what if they don't like me, and then they're just going to say no, and then I'm like a weirdo. Oh, I failed, that's the end of the world. No. But you go talk to people, you like, bro, closed mouths, don't get fed. What does that mean? That means if you're too scared, if you want to make content and yap on the camera, but you're too scared, dude, you're not going to get the success that you dream of. If you want to go talk to people and make connections, but you're too scared, that's not going to happen. If you're at the gym, you see a guy in great shape. Oh, I wonder what he does. But you're too scared. You're not getting that advice. You get what I mean? Like, people are so, and that's not scared of other people. It's that fear of failure. And yeah, living life as a video game is huge because it's like, it's a game, so you don't take it seriously. But that fact of not taking it seriously gives you no fear, and you actually end up getting more done because you're not scared of failing.
Fearing failure is one of the biggest things that causes people not to grow, because you cannot become successful without failing. I asked AI the other day, what is the opposite of success? And it said failing. Or no, I asked it, what's the opposite of winning? And it said failing. And I actually corrected AI. I said, you're wrong. Failure is not the opposite of success. Failure is needed for you to become a success.
Mm-hmm.
And because yes, you could fail at whatever you were trying to achieve, but who you become through that failure doesn't have to be something of weakness. Sure, it can be something that isn't exactly what you destined, or I mean what you so sought to become. It's not like, you know, I'm trying to make an omelet and I failed to make an omelet. Well, now I know what not to do, and I know it just makes you stronger. And in a lot of ways, negative things in your life, anything that attacks you, any painful situation, is a better teacher than a good situation. And that's just because the psychology of like the way humans are, a lot of the time they just don't work too well with positive outcomes. A lot of the time, I mean, positive stuff is good. It's just for the most part, people they get lost in the moment and they don't see it as a lesson. But it's easier to see a negative experience as a lesson, and it can train you easier because it just hits you. You can never really become a failure if whatever failure you go through makes you stronger.
Yo, 100%. I remember I read this quote a while ago. It was like, the master has failed more times than the beginner has even tried. And that's so true. To master anything, you know how many times you gotta try? You gotta just keep going and keep going and keep going. And yes, you're gonna fail. Like, that rhetoric of like, oh, I'm just good. Because I noticed one thing. Like, me personally, I snowboard. And I remember, like, when I started, I was like, I don't want to fall. Like, I was like, oh, it's gonna hurt if I fall. So I remember my first day, I watched so many videos to get it right the first time. Because I'm like, no, I'm not gonna fall. Like, you know, I'm just gonna get it right. And I realized, I'm like, dude, you have to fall. You're gonna fall. You have to accept the fact that you're gonna fall. The moment I fell, it's funny enough, I watched every video, but the moment I fell is when it clicked. I'm like, oh, this is how I'm supposed to do it. And then boom, I started getting better. And that's like how it is with everything. You have to fail. Same thing with the gym. You go till you can't anymore. You curl till, oh man, I can't anymore. You go till you fail. It's literally anything. Same with business. Let's say you're into sales. Bro, you pick up the phone, you fail, you go, okay, that's what I did wrong. I shouldn't have done that. And then something works, and you double down on what works. But you can't figure out what works until you actually try. Everyone has potential. Like, potential is really just the expression of a possibility, right? Which means you never know unless you try. I could say, yo, Corbin, bro, you could be Mr. Olympia. You could, but you'll never know if you don't try. Corbin, you could be a billionaire CEO. You never know unless you try. But that trying implicates there might be a failure. Something might happen. It might go wrong. I might fall. I might fail. I might lose. But that goes back to the game thing. It's like, if it's a game, it's just a game. It doesn't matter if I lose. You have less stress thinking that way, which means you literally do better because you have less stress. And if you lose, not that big of a deal. And yeah, you know, like,
Yeah.
failure is huge, and I hate that. I hate the word failure because there's just such a negative connotation to it. Like, it's just, you know, I believe in like spell casting, like that. That's why a word is called. You spell a word because when you say, like, there's power in the tongue, right? That's biblical. When you say something, you know, it has meaning. And so, like, that word failure just has such a bad energy to it. It's like, dude, I just tried. Like, I hate you saying failure. I just like saying, yeah, I tried. Oh, it didn't work, but I tried. Like, I remember I was in high school, grade 9, freshman. This girl I had a crush on. I went up, I asked her. I said, yo, like, let's go on a date. She said no. A lot of people were like, oh, you got rejected. I was like, dude, you guys don't have the courage to go up to a girl in front of everyone and ask her out. Like, I tried. I might have got rejected, but you guys are all on the phone on the DMs sliding up. I just went up to her and I said, yo, let's go on a date. No? All right, later. And then I asked the next girl. And like 2-3 girls later, I got my first girlfriend, whatever. Point is, most of the people there were too scared to even walk up and just say, oh, hey, why? And it's not about, oh, the girl's going to reject me. It's, they don't want to fail. Nobody wants to fail. It's just too scary. And if you actually look at psychologically the component of failure, failure actually means death. When you get rejected, like, it's the same signal as dying that your brain gives off. And that's why people are so scared. Realizing that, you know, it's really never that deep. Like, this is a game. Just go up to people. Like, I used to tell myself, yo, everyone's fake. Like, everyone's an NPC. I'm literally in a video game, so it doesn't matter what I say to these people. And that actually helped me a lot. I know that sounds very schizo, but I used to be like, yo, everyone here's a robot, bro. It doesn't matter what I say to these people. They're all robots. That's what I used to think. I don't actually believe that, but that's just what I used to think. I do believe that most people are, like, asleep and like zombies. But I was like, oh, these people are all fake. It doesn't matter what I say. I'm just gonna go up to them and yeah. This time of the world, I'm just gonna like reading chat too.
No,
like
it's good. Yeah.
This time of the world is so easy to win. It's so true. Everyone's asleep. Like, they operate on a lower level of consciousness for sure.
Yeah, Dana White said that. He said that becoming a success in today's world is the easiest thing in the world, because if you're good, you're miles ahead of everyone else, because everyone else is just so stupid. Do you think insanity is needed to reach greatness?
I wouldn't say insanity. I would say it's extremity. I think anybody who has, if you do anything with a level of extremity, you will win. Let's say working out. If you just go to the gym multiple times a week, you eat properly, you sleep properly, which to a lot of people that seems extreme. Really, you're just kind of like leaning into something a bit more. You're not pumping steroids, right? You're not pumping steroids, you're not pumping drugs, but you're just putting a little bit of effort into it, just a little more than what's normal. Because, like, extremity is subjective, right? But, you know, according to the society we live in now, that would be considered extreme. For me, I used to be in school with my meal prep. Like, it was stupid, but I had, like, my meal prep and all my supplements and all that stuff, and I was, like, just making sure I get everything in and going to do my workout, making sure I do my workout, this is that, like, whatever, just trying to get in shape. And I got above average results. People in my school were coming to me saying, yo, like, dude, are you on anything? Like, yo, how do I get like you? I'm like, bro, just put a little bit of effort in. Like, just a little bit of effort. And it's not even effort, it's just, like, reshaping your life. Like, reshape your character. That's with everything. Like, most people are scared to even, for some reason, they're scared to commit, like, an hour a day to something. That's really all it takes these days to get ahead, is an hour a day. Like, bro, I don't work out that much. Today I worked out for 30 minutes. Like, yesterday I worked out for, like, an hour. Bro, you go for an hour. You put in some effort. You change your diet a bit. Very minute changes. But you're leagues ahead of everyone. They call you extreme. You quit alcohol. Everyone calls you crazy. You don't smoke. Everyone calls you crazy. You don't do drugs. Everyone calls you crazy. You actually get 8 hours of sleep. You don't go out and party. You say, hey, I want to sleep for 8 hours. They call you crazy. Like, it's so easy. It's a little bit of extremes. And I'll say this. The more extreme you go, the more you'll win. That's all it is. Because I'm saying an hour a day, bro. You put in 10 hours a day of anything, you'll be so ahead of everyone. Nobody even puts an hour. How many guys do you know, for example, they have a bunch of books on their bookshelf, but they never read one. and I tell you, hey, just swap all your music for audiobooks. Swap all your music for audiobooks. You'll kill like 3 to 4 books a week. While everyone else is just listening to music, like degenerate rap music, you're just like listening to audiobooks. And then in a week, you've read 4 more books than them. In a month, you've read almost 20 books. Almost 20 books. When most people don't even finish 1 book in a month. Like, most people don't even finish 1 book in a year. Just a little bit of extremes. Like, the easiest thing is just look at everyone and be like, okay, what does everyone do? I'm just going to pump it up a little more than them. Like, everybody parties? Okay, I'm just, like, not going to party. I'll just do this instead. Everyone eats this kind of food? Bro, leave that. Like, no more goy slop for me. I'll just eat good food. Like, you know what I mean? It's just going against the norm. That's honestly what it is. That's success. Just going against the norm. Because most people aren't successful. Which means they're normal, right? Normal, like, to be above average. Average is the norm. That's normal. So above average means, like, okay, they're a bit better. Which means there's a smaller group. Which means you stop focusing on what everyone else is doing. Or if you want to focus on what everyone else is doing, you just look at them and you go, alright, I'm just not going to do this. Most of the time, if you just don't do what they do, you'll be so ahead.
Yeah, that is that's basically what I've learned a lot is just whatever the world is doing, do the opposite, and then you'll become successful. That's the cheat code for life, pretty much.
100%, yeah. Just do the opposite of everyone else. Like, actually, so easy. Just do the opposite of everyone else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this world is so... They've normalized degeneracy to such an extreme that anyone that just follows the crowd is destined for self-destruction. And if you just go against the crowd, it's like you're automatically destined for greatness.
1000%. It's just so easy. It's insane when you think about it. Like, the average person, and I called this, right? Because me personally, like, after high school, I just took a year off, and I haven't been to school since. And I remember, like, most of my friends, they went to school, and they all picked programs they didn't like. They just heard that the salary for the job that they would eventually get was really high. And I said to all of them, I said, yo, before your program's over, you guys are all either going to switch programs or drop out. And my prediction was correct. 2 of them dropped out, 1 of them switched programs because they hated it. And I said, I told you guys, like, you just did what everyone else told you. And with me, they're like, oh, that's risky. What if you're going to, like, take a year off, maybe pursue business? Like, dude, that's kind of, like, risky. I'm like, dude, trust me. In 2-3 years, you guys are all going to either drop out or switch programs. And they all did. And now I'm at a point where I know people, because I do content, but I also do, like, online business. I know more people that make 6 figures plus, like, monthly, even, yearly, whatever. I know more people that make that much money with no degrees. Like, some of them dropped out of high school even. Forget college. Some of them even dropped out of high school. I know more people that make that kind of money with that level of education versus people I know with 2-3 degrees. Some of them PhDs, some of them masters, making maybe high 5 figures a year. There's no correlation anymore, bro. And these people slaved away doing homework and studying and getting all these degrees for what? Nothing, right? So, yeah, just go against the norm, bro. Like, just chase your passions, bro. Put all of your eggs in one basket. Just put all your eggs into your passion, bro. Like, you don't understand. If you have a passion for something, you will already, by nature, you'll excel and perform above everyone else's capacity because you're driven by something that they don't have. Like, a lawyer that had some crazy case happen to his, for example, let's say you're a kid, your dad married some crazy woman, she calls the police on him, there's a crazy, like, domestic case, you know your dad's not guilty, but you saw the injustice. Bro, someone who's driven by that level of energy to be a lawyer and make sure that the right people go to jail, that the right people get justice, he's gonna do better than every single person that's being a lawyer because mom and dad are saying, oh yeah, that's a good job, you should do that. That's what I mean. Like, having passion for something, not just doing it because, oh, it's money, this is that. Like, no. Having passion behind something, you will just naturally be better than everyone else. And that's why God gave you a passion and a talent for that, because that's your purpose. And we live in a world where everyone's generalized. That system tries to generalize you. Everyone's being graded on the same level of performance. You might be super good at math, but you're still graded on your like art capabilities. You might be super good at art, but you're graded on your science abilities. Like, dude, people have their God-given talents and their passions, and they excel at things for a reason. And then the system just steals that from them. It says, no, you shouldn't try to be good at this. You shouldn't, like, oh, you're 5 years old and you're super good at playing piano? Let's take that away from you and just go be an accountant. Like, we'll just make you an accountant. Like, no. He has a passion, and he's good at something for a reason. So anyone watching, bro, just go follow your passions. Like, you don't have to wake up and force yourself to work on it. That's when you know you're good at it. Most people, like, do that. Like, there's some lawyers, like I said, they'll wake up and be like, let's go. The right people are going to jail today. They're happy because they have passion. Other people are like, ugh, I don't want to go to work. I hate this job. Like, I hate this. It's the same thing. And find that. Again, who are you? Figure that out.
Yeah, the Epstein files is insane right now. What are your thoughts on the Epstein stuff right now that's being released?
Bro, I'm not gonna lie. Like, as a kid, I got red pilled pretty quick because I had a lot of cousins who were, like, they were like my age, like, because I'm 20. They were like my age when I was like 9 years old, 10 years old. They were like 20, and they were in that like red pill early days, like the red pill 4chan, like, Nazi like type stuff. So I was red pilled as a kid, like I was like 10, and my cousins are like, yo, come watch this documentary with us. I'm like, okay. They're like, yo, like, Hitler's not a bad guy, blah blah blah, this that. And I knew about all this Epstein stuff like when I was young. So then, as a kid, I'm going to middle school, high school, I would tell my friends, like, oh yeah, like, oh, pedophiles control the world, and they do this thing called Pizzagate, and this, and everyone thought I was crazy. And then now this Epstein stuff's coming out, I'm like, yo, what did I tell you guys? Everything I used to say, everything I told you guys, they all tried to make me feel like I was losing my mind, like I'm a schizo. Read the files, bro. I told you guys, I told you. It's like a Kanye moment. I'm like, I told you. And it's good. First of all, the files are disgusting. Like, I don't even want to read that stuff. Like, most of it I know, because I was always in that space. But there's some stuff even there's some stuff I'm reading. People are posting their findings, and I'm like, oh, this is disgusting. I don't want to read this. But, dude, it's all true. And if people could it's good that it's released, because the more people read it, the more people can wake up. And I think that would be a positive for all of society, because it's about time people woke up, bro. There's so much evil going on in the world. Like, enough is enough. You know what I mean?
What do you think of Nick Fluente's remarks on Epstein? Specifically his Epstein remarks.
Okay, dude, it's funny. I was on the phone with Tyson last night talking about this. People are saying, oh, it's rage bait. People are saying, oh, it's rage bait, bro. He's just rage bait. That's why he's selling the quarter zips. He's just rage baiting. I get it, but it gets to a point, bro. And like, dude, I see the Epstein edits and the memes, and like there's like the songs and stuff, like Epstein hate niggers or whatever. Like, it's funny. But at the same time, it's like, at the end of the day, there's children. Like, 3 years old, some of them younger, some of them a bit older. Like, literal children getting kidnapped, getting trapped, getting, like, raped by multiple people. Like, yeah, we make jokes, and, honestly, I think the jokes, it's more of a negative thing, because it desensitizes us to the severity of the situation. Like, this is some of the most, I would argue this is the most evil activity you can ever lay your eyes upon. Reading what's going on in those files, reading what they were all up to, like, I can't think of anything more evil. And yeah, we make jokes, yeah, whatever. And so with Nick, like, yeah, he's making jokes. sure, you're making the sweater and you think it's funny, but like, dude, it's not something to joke about. Like, I'm all for the edgy, dark humor and stuff, but like, bro, these are kids being kidnapped against it. They couldn't even do anything, even if they wanted to. They're children. Like, it's just so disgusting. With myself, I'm like, man, I made a lot of jokes, whatever. Like, I said he has aura, whatever. Like, honestly, yeah. Is it funny? Is there edits? Sure, sometimes, but when you really think about it, like, it gets to a point, bro. Trying to make a profit off of the whole Epstein thing, trying to make people wear this quarter zip, trying to, like, you know, it gets to a point, bro. Saying he was, like, cool, saying he was an inspiration, like, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I just, I think Nick's kind of lost the plot.
You know, I said something about that. I forget where I got the reply, but I made a post about that on X saying that, you know, praising Epstein, saying he's a cool guy, and memifying him desensitizes and lowers the, you know, intensity of the crimes that happened, like the severity of what was going on. It desensitizes us to it. I said something like that. Someone commented saying, well, you're acting like Piers Morgan now. What's the difference between, you know, the Holocaust remarks or the 9/11 remarks? I would say what's different is 9/11 and the Holocaust are a long time ago now, especially the Holocaust. That's a long time ago, right? But the Epstein stuff is happening right now. We shouldn't be joking about what's happening right now. I think we can joke about whatever we want, but I think some things going too far with the memification of Epstein and stuff, I just think it does more harm than good. It's not going to help us achieve stuff because it does desensitize people. There'll be like a picture of Epstein doing like some evil thing that's like thrown on X now, and like all the comments are like based, he has aura, and it's just like, great, but now you're just praising someone doing something horrifically evil. Like Hitler was so long ago that even with what they're saying, pretending it is true, he did the Holocaust. It's so long ago that we have to get to a point of humanizing him, because we can look at people like, what are those great people like? Marcus Aurelius, all these people who had like slaves and like did stuff that by now standards would be considered immoral, but we still have high praise for those people. I'm not saying we need to praise Hitler. I'm just saying we need to humanize him in a sense, because he's not the devil, and we can look at it from an objective point of view because we're not emotionally invested in it, but we are still emotionally invested in the Epstein stuff. And memifying it, making a joke out of it, will in return make us not actually be affected by the vile, evil stuff that is going on.
Yeah, bro. Like, the biggest thing I think that differentiates the Epstein stuff to, for example, World War II, whatever. What's the motivation? Holocaust, okay, it was war. 9/11, okay, it was like the war with the Middle East and the United States. It was a terrorist attack. Like, what's the motivation for kidnapping children and raising them? It's for pleasure.
Yeah.
It's not because there's a political agenda. It's not because your country's at stake. It's not because there's a war or anything like that, or a conflict. It's for our own personal pleasure. And not only is it for that, it's, bro, these are children.
Yeah.
Like you're kidnapping helpless little children, performing satanic rituals. I don't want to like get too graphic, but you know, like,
yeah,
performing satanic rituals on these kids that are literally helpless. Like, they're helpless.
Yeah.
To do anything. Even if they wanted to, they couldn't. It's happening now. And it's not so much that it's happening now, it's people that are in power making decisions for the countries that we currently reside in. It's these people controlling our economy, people controlling the climate of our country, not weather. Well, I mean, people could argue it's the weather too, but just the political climate, the actual infrastructure, and, you know, living situation of everyone in the country. These are the people doing that. The people controlling our food supply, the people controlling our water, the people controlling our everything. The Holocaust, whatever, that's in Germany. That's not us. This is the United States. And I would argue there's probably a lot of Canadian politicians on that list too. And this is the banks. Like, this isn't random terrorist groups. This isn't other countries, armies. This is our leaders.
Yeah.
And they're doing it to our children, right?
Yeah.
It's not, they're not kidnapping other random children. No, they're kidnapping, bro, 200 to 300,000 American children go missing every single year. And we know that to be fact. And now we have the files to back up, oh, this is what's going on to these kids.
And I highly doubt that they're not still doing this stuff. Epstein's dead, and now they're not going to the island and doing this. You saying ever since 2019, the celebrities haven't been getting together and doing all this stuff? It's just been stopped since then? I highly doubt that. I feel like either he's still alive, or someone like him, they're still getting together somehow and doing the same stuff. I don't think there was any reason for them to stop. There was no forces that was fighting them to stop them. I just think that it might have changed, or it's just set up differently. So I think that making jokes about it can be more destructive than a positive impact, for sure. Do you think black people are stupid?
Yes, 100%. Someone clip that. That's a viral clip.
Okay.
I do think they're stupid. Statistically, it's actually not possible for them to be this behind. Like, we're talking about Africa here. They're so behind, it's not possible. Like, it's actually statistically impossible. Because it's not the Africa that it was maybe 30 years ago. Oh, we have no water, we don't have this. No. Like, they are so behind compared to Western society that it's literally statistically impossible. They are defying the odds. Literally. This is like a video game or some sort of cartoon superhero story. They're defying they're defying the realms of possibility. They're defying the odds. They're going against what everyone can believe, and that is actually translating itself into Western society. I mean, who commits the most crime? Them. Who presents an example of the lowest amount of impulse control? Them. The highest amounts of degeneracy is them. Their whole culture, black American culture, is just degeneracy. That's all it is. Gangs, drugs, going to the club, getting drunk, killing, raping, having this girl and this baby mama and that baby mama, and being in the hood and trapping and doing all that nonsense. Flunking out of school, dropping out of school to go sell drugs, dropping out of school to go be a gang member. And what else do they have? Rap. Most of them try to aspire to be athletes, I guess. Okay, cool. Even the athletes. So many of them have criminal charges on them. Drug charges. This charge, that charge. Some of them involved in gangs. Like, at what point do you start to think and start to actually admit, maybe it's not racism, bro. Maybe the statistics, like, there's too many statistics to say that it's just racism. Same with the Jewish stuff. Like, at what point do you go, yeah, there's too many, like, billionaires that are Jewish. Too many head executives of all these companies that are Jewish. It's called pattern recognition. It's called being observant. It's called being aware. And it's statistics. You can't argue with facts. And saying that black people are stupid, on average, you'd be correct. You would be correct. Most of them can't spell properly. Most of them can't speak properly. Most of them can't read, even when they're at high levels of performance. Look at someone like Kai Cenat or Rakai, whatever the hell. Those guys make so much money, but they can't even read books. It makes you, like, think to yourself, is it really racist? Or are these people actually stupid? And go back to their country. Like I said, as soon as the whites left, they regressed. They literally regressed as a society. Now, their current state of living, for the most part of their continent, is statistically impossible. Any AI would literally explode trying to explain how they live in the state they do, even though society is where it's at right now. Western society, I'm talking. Even them. Like, they're not even... Bro, 1400s America is more advanced than what they have now. How does that even make sense? And it's because they're black. Because when they were with the whites, they were going up. As soon as the whites dipped, GG, it was over for them. Like, it's not racist to say they're stupid, because Africa's made up of what? Predominantly black people. They're regressing as a society. which means they're probably not smart. What's the opposite of smart? Stupid? So if a predominantly black continent is regressing, is portraying stupid behavior, then obviously it's not wrong for me to say that black people are stupid. It's not racist, it's true.
Well, let's do a challenge then. Who are your top 5 favorite black people?
Kanye West. You already know where this is going. Kanye West, Myron Gaines, John Zerka, I guess Sneeko is kind of black. Does he count? Damn, I can't even think of who's a good black person. Michael Jackson. He was kind of based. Michael Jackson was based.
Candace Owens, maybe? I don't know what he's.
Yeah, Candace Nigger Owens.
Michael
I
Jackson.
don't like
Fine.
Candace Nigger Owens, bro. She pissed me off. No, Michael Jackson was like against the Jews, so he's kind of based. I mess with him. Yeah, that's my list.
Oh yeah, that's 5. Yeah. Wait, John Zerka's an African or black?
Yeah, he's in. Yeah.
John Zerka's black.
Oh no, he just says that. He just says that, so I just put him on the list.
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
Yeah. That was mostly for the
better.
clip, because I'm definitely gonna clip that.
Yeah. That's funny because Myron Gaines basically is the black community has rejected him. Michael Jackson looks like a white guy. John Zerka isn't even technically even black, and then
Kanye.
so you kind of avoided the question there. No, I'm joking. What's your if there was a technology invented where you can swap your race, which race would you choose?
Well, I'm half white, so I'd probably just go for the full. Like, I would just get the full replacement. To just be fully white. Definitely.
Yeah, you gotta be the powerful,
100%.
dominant.
Because, bro, I have, like, half the powers. I'm like, yo, what if I had 100%? So, yeah, I would go that way for sure. Of course. Like,
That's
what the hell?
crazy.
Dude, I wish. Why wouldn't I, bro? I mean, I could go the IQ route for the Asians.
Yeah.
But nah, hell no, bro. I have half. I've tasted half. Yo, I just want 100%, bro. It's like being. You ever watch Dragon Ball Z? Like, bro, like the half Saiyans. Like Trunks is like a half Super Saiyan, and it's like, yo, imagine if you were a full Super Saiyan, like purebred, like Goku. Like, bro, I want that, dog. Like,
Yeah.
I've tasted half. I want the full thing.
Yeah, Asian's awesome. I'm part Asian. That's a controversial statement, but I am part Asian. I'm part Native American, but Native American is technically just Asian because they are native to Asia, not America. So I'm technically an Asian, part Asian, but I'm mostly Irish. So I'm glad that I'm mostly.
Yo, I actually
Irish.
am. I'm a little bit native too. Actually, I have
Yeah?
like my. You're Canadian. Do you have the card? Like do you have the
Yeah,
tax
I do.
card? You do, right?
I do.
Yeah. I
I
have
can,
the tax card. It's on my desk over there. But yeah, I barely am.
I'm like 0.5 or something, like so little, like not even existent. But my father is like just a little bit more because he's my father. So he could get it, and because of that, simply because he has it, I can get it. So now I can just like get as much deer as I want, get as much fish as I want, live like an Indian, and survive off the land, you know, because I'm an Indian technically, but they're not even Indian. They're Asian. They come from Siberia. Anyway, people worry a lot about AI. What about you?
Yo, it's actually crazy you say that because I just watched that movie in theaters called Mercy. It's like normally I don't watch movies because I'm like their voice slot, but Chris Pratt, he's like the guy who plays Star-Lord in like Avengers. He's like against Israel, so I was like, oh, he's in it. I was like, all right, I'll watch it. Yeah, cool. Dude, in that movie, basically the premise is that there's no more like court. You go to this place called the Mercy Chair, and you sit in this chair, and you have like an iPad in front of you, but you're like chained up to this chair, and you're talking to an AI, and you have like 90 minutes. You're guilty until proven innocent. You have 90 minutes to basically clear your case. You have this iPad, and you have access to the AI, and in this movie, the AI is connected to everything. Like, you can go through anyone's messages. You can call anyone. You can like everything is connected to the AI. And you're sitting on this chair and you have 90 minutes to like talk to the AI, be your own detective, clear your name. And it was probably one of the, I don't want to say scary, but bro, I'm watching this and I'm like, dude, this is probably how things are going to be. Not to the extent where like there's no lawyers and there's no court, to have everything, like, bro, your text messages are connected to this. Like, you could ask this AI to scan anything and it'll find it. Like, that's probably where we're headed. And I'm not exactly scared of AI. I'm the kind of person who will just use it to my advantage. But at the same time, I have a lot of friends who work in tech, and all of them don't use tech. Like, they have no smart sensors at their house, no Amazon Alexa, no none of that, no AI in their house. They don't use, like it's like, don't get high on your own supply. Am I going to use it to my advantage for business and stuff? Yeah. Am I going to keep it away from my personal life? 100%. Of course. And I think everyone should do that. I think it's one of those things where you got to find that middle. Right? You can't be some loser who doesn't use it at all and you get left in the dust. But you also can't be like one of those freaks who's going to just like have VR goggles on all the time and stay in his room and just always be on the net. Like, no, you have to find a good balance of both. And I think that way you won't have fear, right?
No, I mean, should they worry about you?
What do you mean?
I asked, do people worry about AI a lot? What about you? Should they worry about you?
Oh, like, should people worry about myself?
No. The letter U.
Right?
No, the letter U. They're all vowels, aren't they? A, I, U. What is
Oh,
what
was
is
that
the
supposed to
U?
be like a pun?
What does
Yeah,
the U
AIU,
in
was
AI
that-
stand for? What does the U in AI
Like
stand
universal, right? It's like a Unitarian, right? Or like universal? Or am I just tripping?
for? The U in
Yo,
AI.
am I tripping?
What does the U in AI stand for?
Bro, let me search this, bro. Let's see this. Oh, there's actually a lot about this. Okay, hold on. Wait, let's see. What? Yo, chat, am I tripping? Oh. The U and AI is not part of the... What?
So it's a
Yo.
secret then.
Am I like tripping? Is this like a joke or is this real?
So it's a secret then.
Like you, like
The
because
computer's
they're gonna try
hidden
to
it?
like put the Neuralink or whatever.
The computer's
What
hidden
do you
it?
mean? I guess, yeah.
Okay,
it's
then.
not telling me. I mean, what is it? I need to know, bro.
I was just confused. I was wondering what the U in AI it means.
So what's? Is it because they're gonna try to implement it into people?
I don't
Like,
even
is
know.
that where this is going? Or is this just a vowel joke?
I'm not sure. We'll find out.
Yo, what the hell? Yo, what?
We'll
It's
find
either-
out. We'll find out.
Yo, this guy, bro. It's either a vowel joke.
We'll find out with the clips. We'll find out with the clips. Nothing too serious. What do you think is happening in 2026 that no one wants to say out loud?
No one meaning like right wing type people, or no one like
Just I
liberals.
guess for the masses, for the majority, they don't want to say this out loud.
yeah, I would say that for the masses, there is a great awakening.
Yeah.
There is. There's a great awakening, and there's a great realization. People are realizing the truth about a lot of things. People are afraid. Like, people used to be afraid to be a bit questionable about things, a bit racist, maybe a bit homophobic. But there's a point now where people are saying what they want. People are waking up. People are tired of being censored. They're tired of questioning things. They're tired of having to care about being canceled and all this sort of nonsense. That for the masses, yeah, there is a great realization, there is a great awakening, and there is a great radicalization, I believe, that's on its way. I think it'll be interesting to see how things play out for the rest of the year, especially with the Epstein files being released. Like, people are waking up and they're deciding to stop being fed everything to the mouth, stop having their hand held throughout everything, stop being told what to do, stop being told what to think. A lot of people are waking up. Even if you see social media, like, I don't necessarily agree with everything he says, but there's clips of Nick Fuentes going viral. There's clips of Hitler speeches going viral. There's people talking about Epstein files, talking about conspiracies, talking about this with hundreds of thousands of views, millions of views. Like, there is a great awakening happening, and I'm not only seeing it online, I'm also seeing it in person too.
Yeah.
Like, people are starting to wake up, and either we're all going to unite and fight against the greater powers that, oversee us, or there's going to be a huge divide between people. And I think only time will tell how that'll go, but I hope it goes the first way. But I do think, there is a great realization.
Yeah, I'd like to ask you, in your bio you say you are a collaborator with Zerka. Did you collaborated with Zerka at one point?
Yeah. We've done a couple Twitter spaces, and we got a podcast coming out. It's like that esoteric podcast. I don't know if you ever watched like God Pill with Sneeko, but it's like God Pill, except Sneeko's not there, and like I'm kind of replacing him, so it's a lot better.
Where is that?
The God Pill?
Yeah.
God Pill's gone.
Oh.
It's done.
Sneeko,
okay. Zerka says that he canceled it. Personally, I think it was more Sneeko's fault.
Yeah.
But you could still like subscribe to it and like watch the episodes. Me personally, like, Sneeko was just a terrible co-host. He would always throw the energy off, and he would always just like ruin the vibe, ruin the flow. I mean, there was even some parts where Zerka was like willing to stay solo while Sneeko could go to bed, and he just said no. Like, I remember the part that pissed me off the most was, I don't know if you're familiar with, you probably are. It's like Europa: The Last Battle, like the documentary. It's like a Nazi documentary. And it's like 12 hours long. And at this point in their stream, it was like 2 a.m. It was late. And Sneeko's like, yo, I want to go to bed. Let's wrap up. And Zerka had like 3 Red Bulls. Like, I mean, this is a bang, but he had like 3 of them lined up. And he was like, yo, you go to bed. Because we were 1 hour into the documentary. Like, it was a watch party, right? But it was live. But it was God Pill, which was like on Locals, like locals.com. So there's like maybe 100 people in the chat. It's a lot smaller. And we're an hour into the documentary. And Sneeko's like, I want to go to bed. And Zerka's like, yo, you go to bed, I'll watch this World War II documentary with all the boys. I have 3 Red Bulls. I'll watch the whole thing. You go to sleep. Let me host. And Sneeko was like, no. And then shut it down and whatever. To this day, I'm pissed about it. Because we could have watched all of Europa and have Zerka's feedback on it and whatever. But instead, Sneeko needed to get his beauty sleep. Like, it pisses me off. I hate him.
What are you saying? You have a podcast with him coming out soon, or is it already out?
Yeah. So it's gonna be it's coming soon. It's like it's kind of like God Pill, but like a 2.0. Because Sneeko had no esoteric knowledge, so it's kind of like a better version of that,
Yeah. Veminize. He's the guy that told me about you. You know who that is?
Yeah, Venomize. Yeah, he. Actually, I saw your interview with Tyson, and then Venomize found me from Zerka's community on Twitter, and he got in my chat, and then me and him started talking, and then he's like, oh yeah, like I did an episode, I'm doing an episode of Corbin, like you should do one with him. And I was like, yeah, that's the guy that Tyson had on. Yeah, like I'd be so down. Venomize is pretty sick. Like I met him through chat, and he joined my Discord. He's a pretty chill guy, and definitely like we share a lot of similar values for sure. I mean, I've watched some of his content too. I definitely think that if he stays consistent, he'll be one of the big names. I would say the same for you too. I think especially for Canadian politics, there's like, and just like Canadian youth, right wing Canadian youth, there's like a big lack. Other than you, the only person I can think of is Tyson. Other than that, there's no one else. So I think if both of you guys stay consistent, and any of us just stay consistent, we'll definitely be up there in this space. It's such a small space if you think about it. There's not that many people in this right-wing Christian sort of like truth-seeking space, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. No, there's not. Especially younger people.
Oh yeah. I mean, there's no one under the age of 25, I'd say.
And it's interesting. What I like about Zerka, another thing is he just like had a podcast. He gets like podcasts with like the biggest of names, and then he collaborates with the smallest of names as well. Like he collaborated with Tyson, and he just finished collaborating with some other people. But like just now, he like went on like Jack Neal's podcast or like other podcasts, or he's gone on like Fresh and Fit. Like he goes on the biggest podcasts, but he still takes time to collaborate with the smallest people. It's someone I'm hoping to get on. I'll have to get in his community there on X more so.
Oh, 100%, bro. Yeah, like I remember his video with Tyson, or his interview with Tyson. He was like, I'll always show up for like the little guy. Like that's what he said.
Yep.
And honestly, that's like something that for me, like when I got into online business and e-commerce, like I was like 17, and I was just at my gym, and I just became friends. Like honestly, there was a guy who just had some like Dragon Ball Z t-shirt, and I just said, yo, that's a nice shirt. And then we talked for like 5-10 minutes, and he was like, oh, like you're just a kid trying to figure things out, like let me teach you. And when I had asked him like, yo, why did you teach me, he was like, honestly, just to pay it forward, like that's the biblical way, you know, like why not? I was able to help myself, but that means nothing if I can't help others. That always resonated with me. I told myself, no matter what, you know, realm of endeavor I decide to embark on, if I can attain a high level of success, I would love to just help other people. I can make it myself. I need to see other people ascend with me. So when Zerka said that to Tyson, that really resonated with me, because it was that same kind of energy of like, yo, it doesn't... Nice one. Yo, I like that. I like that.
Shoot.
I like that.
No, it's my phone. Someone's calling me.
Oh, that's actually your ringtone? That's so funny.
Hello?
No
I'm doing an
way.
interview. Can I call you back?
Yo, that's this guy's
Sorry,
interview, bro. I mean, his ringtone.
I'll call you back.
Was that Mossad?
That was my sister, sorry.
That was the Mossad call?
No, that
That was the Mossad call.
That was my
He got
sister.
the call. Yo, chat, he got the call,
Yeah,
bro. It's
the
over.
Mossad.
GG, the Mossad call. But yeah,
Sorry.
it's that same energy though with Zerka. Like he said, he's like, yo, I always watch out for the little guy. You know, I'd be down to do things with the little guy. Like that always spoke to me, resonated with me. That concept of just paying it forward, just cause, you know, you might not gain anything from it in that moment, but that's what true brotherhood and true, like, I guess, love and care for others is, you know? And I think that's something I aspire to do. Once my platform grows to the amount that I would like it to, I would definitely want to do the same for others. And I don't see the problem with that, you know?
No, sorry about that. That was my ringtone. My sister was calling me.
You're good. Bro got the call.
I got the call, yeah. Oh, I think this interview is turning out very well. Thank you for coming on.
Bro, of course, man. I love doing interviews.
Wow, networking works so well. I had Tyson on, who I could only get on if I bought his course. He says, if you buy my course, I'll go on anyone's podcast. So I bought his course, $50, just 1 month. He got on my podcast, and simply because I had him on my podcast, I got Veminize on. Because I got Veminize on, he told you. Because he told you, you're like, oh, he's the guy that had Tyson. And I only got like 20 views or 15 views or so on that podcast. But all the right people saw the podcast. So now I got you on. Maybe next I'll get Zerka, because I got two of the people in his space, right? So, yeah,
Yes,
it's exciting.
Yo, the other thing is about Tyson, too, and I've always loved this about Tyson, is he reposted all your stuff. He accepted the collab request to all your clips with him, which is very, very honorable, and just respectful, bro, because he does the same with me. Like, me and him off stream, like, I met him on stream, so I actually found out about Tyson because of the Freedom Convoy. And then I saw he did a collab with Zerka.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I like Zerka, and this kid's kind of cool. Like, he's a Canadian, but he's conservative and whatever. And so I remember I watched their podcast, and I once clickbaited. I was like, oh, like, I literally clickbaited in the beginning of when I started streaming, about, like, June of 2025. I was like, oh, I'm having Zerka on. right? Because Zerka used to do that for Tate. So his community was like, yo, just clickbait, bro. So I did, and then Tyson came in my chat, and then that day, Tyson was like, yo, you're kind of sick, like, let's do an episode. I was like, okay, cool. And then we did an episode, and then we started talking a lot off stream, because he had a lot of, like, esoteric psychology type questions. And now, like, Tyson and I, like, he actually called me while we were doing this, and I told him, I'm like, yo, I'm live with Corbin right now. And he said, well, he didn't say anything, but he did call me twice. So he probably wants to talk. But yeah, like, we're so close, and even with me, like, clips that he just thinks are good that I make, he'll repost them. Or anytime me and him do anything together, he'll collab request. And, you know, like, he's made it, in my opinion. He's gone to Miami twice. He's gone on, like, a bunch of podcasts. He's interviewed Zerka, Sneeko, Lily Gaddis, Jordan Peterson, all these people. Like, whether you like him or hate him, like, he's interviewed all sorts of people, whether they're good or bad. And he'll repost my stuff. He'll repost your stuff. He'll collab request us. Like, dude, he gains nothing from that, but it's just him being a good friend and a good person. Like, that's something I'll always respect Tyson for. You know, like, he's always been a really good guy, and that's something I aspire to do myself, you know?
And Sneeko also said that networking's gay, which I don't understand.
He said networking's gay because he's a faggot, bro. Like, Sneeko's literally a faggot. He had to go watch gay you-know-what to confirm he wasn't gay. Not only that, he went to a gay strip club and got, like, a lap dance from some gay guy. I'm sorry, but that's gay. Like, if you have to watch gay adult content to figure out that you're not gay, you're gay. If you even set foot into a gay strip club, you are gay. Not only that, he also got cucked. That's a whole different story. Yeah, I don't know, bro. Like, I don't know why people like Sneeko. Obviously, he's been crashing out lately amidst all this, like, this stuff that happened at the club with Clav, him, Nick, and Tate and everything. And I think Sneeko's an idiot. And honestly, he's the one person I never mind disrespecting because I just don't respect him. Can I respect what he's done for his career? Yeah, when he was a kid, he made great videos and stuff. He's always been very artistic. In terms of how he carries himself and how he grifts and just how he treats other people in the industry that I know personally, he's a nigger. Like, there's nothing else I can really say.
Oh, man.
I'm sorry, I had to, bro.
What's with the beef with him and Zerka? I don't even understand that. Yeah, what's going on with that?
Sneeko's just a faggot, and Zerka treats him accordingly, and Sneeko gets mad. That's it.
Should we end this thing soon then, or no? We could go for longer. I don't know. Are you rushed, or?
Yeah, I think we did pretty good. I do have, like, a meeting I have to hop on in a bit, so, like, maybe if we do, like, 10-15 more minutes. I think we got good content, though, but, like, yeah, shoot away the questions.
Here's another question. This might be easier to answer. I don't know. It depends on the way you're looking at it, but who are your top 5 favorite white people?
Oh, okay. That's hard. That's really hard. John Zerka, even though I said he's black, he's half black. So, John Zerka, Adolf Hitler, Tyson Hockley. There's just a lot of people to pick from. Yeah, bro. Sneeko, yeah. Someone just put that in my chat. Wow, there's a lot to pick from, bro. Damn. John Zerka, Tyson Hockley, Hitler. Okay, Rudolph Steiner. And but I'm not gonna say I can't put him top 5. I'm not gonna say Jesus Christ because he's God. That doesn't count. Carl Jung. Yeah, I gotta go Carl Jung. Nice. I was gonna go Neville Goddard instead of Carl Jung, but I think I have to go Carl Jung. Yeah, that has to be it. So, Adolf Hitler, John Zerka, Tyson Hockley, Rudolph Steiner, and Carl Jung. Yes, yeah. Carl Jung is great.
You almost had more trouble with that than you did with the top 5 black people.
Yeah, well, because the thing, it's literally the opposite. Top 5 black people is hard because there's, like...
That sounds racist.
Top 5 black people is hard because there's, like, not that many to choose from. And then top 5 white people is hard because there's so many to choose from. That's literally, it's the opposite. It's the same problem, but different sides.
Yeah.
Top 5 Japanese
Yeah, no,
people.
that makes sense.
Top 5 jobs. Okay.
Jeez. I literally couldn't label one.
I can think of some. Okay, let's see. Ichiro Oda, Akira Toriyama, Eiji Aonuma, Shigeru Miyamoto, and Tite Kubo. That was pretty easy. Those are all just like anime video game like people. Like that's all they are.
I think this was a good interview. I think we got some good clips in here.
Oh, 100%, yeah. It was great meeting you. This is a great experience. I definitely look forward to working with you guys and with you in the future. And Tyson and everyone, we'll be all sick. Because Canada needs that scene, so it'll be fire. What's here for everyone watching? Where can they find you?
They can find me on YouTube, Instagram, X, Threads, Facebook, and I think that's it. But I might be on some more. I'm not too sure. Can't remember what I'm all on. But yeah, I'm all on all those under the name Dur Corbin.
Okay,
Dur Corbin. It's D-I-R Dur and then Corbin, C-O-R-B-I-N. Yeah.
Based. Yeah, guys, this is it. This is the Mossad counter-terrorists right here, guys. So we're fighting against Mossad. Let's go. But yeah, great meeting you, bro. I'm gonna head out so I can just end my stream. But yo, love the content, love the collaboration.
Yeah.
Love everything you stand for, and I do very much look forward to working with you again in the future. Best of luck. God bless. Obviously, I'll DM you. We'll keep it going.
You too.
And yeah, any clips you post, just collab request me. I got you, and I'll do the same with you. And yeah, God bless, bro. Godspeed, and I'll see you in the new world, bro.
Yes. See ya.
I'm a pioneer. I'm an explorer. I'm a human, and I'm coming. I'm animated. I'm alive. My heart's big. It's got hot blood going through it fast. I like to fight, too. I like to eat. I like to have children. I'm here. I got a life force. This is a human. This is what we look like. This is what we act like. This is what everybody was like before us. This is what I am. I'm a throwback. I'm here. I've got the fire of human liberty. I'm setting fires everywhere, and humans are turning on everywhere.